have to be functional. That's all that is there. This is the only world that we have. And this demands that from everybody, because it has created you and me. You and I don't exist. It has created, the society, culture has created you and me for its own reasons, to maintain its status quo. Anything that threatens that status quo is a threat to the whole thing, so it is going to destroy you. So that is the destruction.
You means the I consciousness. You mean it's going to destroy the I consciousness.
Identity. Let us put that identity that this is me, and in relationship with that you establish relationships around you, and that is consuming tremendous energy. The memory, you have to keep that going all the time, whether you are asleep or awake or dreaming, or always you are using so much of memory all the time to maintain that identity. So that is why the end product of human culture is Alzheimer's disease. If we don't do something about it, we don't know what we can do to reverse the whole thing. Not a thing. The nature will destroy the mind. I don't have to answer the question. You don't have to ask the question. If I drop it, if I give up, if I lose my identity, if you lose your identity, he will take care of it. He will put you there in the hospital. It's dangerous. Don't lose it. No wife, no children, nothing there.
What an insurance.
It's dangerous to lose your identity. Don't try that. So all these spiritual experiences give continuity to that identity in a different way. You are in a blissful state, peaceful state, you are an enlightened man, free man. So it is not in your interest to lose that identity. You are not going to lose it. Anyway, all your spiritual pursuit is only to maintain that identity. So what culture has done to us, it has created this neurotic neurotic wanting to do things at the same time.
We do have different
Other than the questions I need to ask to function in this world. What am I going to eat? Where? I want to go for whatever reason to Australia. And where can I get the ticket? Where can I get the means to buy the ticket? These are the only things that I am occupied with. No other thing. I don't even eat much. And yet food is the only thing that I think about. Immediately after eating lunch, I talk about the dinner. What else do I have to ask about? Brahman, truth, reality, enlightenment, freedom? No, nothing. ఏమండి సీరియస్గా ఉన్నారు భయం వేస్తున్నారు You have come to the wrong man, sir.
I was remembering an example, sir.
Yes.
భక్తులకు భగవంతుడు లడ్డూలే ఉంటాడట భక్తులు భగవంతుని ప్రార్థించి ఆయన తింటున్నట్టు ఆనందం అనుభవిస్తాడు లడ్డుకి తన లడ్డు అని తెలియదు ఈజ్ ది స్టేట్ యు ఆర్ డిస్క్రైబింగ్ సిమిలర్
I don't know. I wish I knew my state. I am not trying to be humble or any such. I really don't know.
Because the laddu doesn't know. So
I don't know.
But it's very sweet to the people who
The
consume
sweetness,
it.
you will be surprised that the sweetness is not in the laddu. The saltiness is not in the salt.
When you go deep, what you said is right.
When you put it on your tongue, the chemical change turns whatever that is into salt and the other one sweet. You know, when you give this sugar to the child spits it first, like any other thing. Then you force the child and make the child like sugar and not salt. So the sweetness is not in the laddu at all.
అది కూడా డిమాండ్ అయింది
అది కూడా పోయింది. So what is it? Just get up, nice meeting you, nice day, take a walk. And that's it. You and I can sit here for the rest of our lives, talk, nothing is going to happen. That I am sure.
Don't ask me why am I talking. You all came. He came from Guntur. It's common decency, elementary manners. What can I do for you? Sorry. You have come to the wrong place.
You will bore you in trouble, you say.
No. There is no boredom for me.
And trouble?
The boredom is there only if you think that there is something more interesting, more purposeful, more meaningful. It's not a physical problem. There is nobody who is talking. No thought is involved here, mechanical. So I am not tired. There is no such thing as mental fatigue for me. I can sit and talk for the next 24 hours and you will not be able to take it. Something else is involved.
You are always
So
telling
it's
you.
just like the heart, pumping blood, and the liver doing its job, and the talking is not nobody who is talking. So there is no fatigue, no tiresomeness. You are talking, not me. You are asking this question. I'm not mystifying. So there is no such thing as mental fatigue here.
Always.
I'm not thinking and saying something.
Always you are telling us. You are already there. Means.
Not in the
that's mean-
Vedantic sense.
You are
Not in the Vedantic
No,
sense.
you are just.
What?
That's
Yes.
the meaning of that in your expression.
You are trying to get something that has no meaning to that. Your peace is already there. And your idea of a peace, creating peace, is the one that is disturbing the peace. That's all that is physical organism. So if you turn that side, it is totally wiped out. It is focused on the camera. If it is not focused on you, you are out. It is focused on her, on that, on this, on this. There is no photographer even. The photographer is what you see in her pictures, and his pictures are different because the same camera. He takes a picture and she takes a picture, you take a picture, they are all different. What you see there is the photographer and not the picture taken by the camera. You are changing the angle, trying to get, you see, one pose and the other person this. What you see there in this photo, even the photo, a mechanical thing, is the photographer and not the way this is. This is constantly changing. If you look at my collection of photos taken every second, every picture is different. Very strange. So you fix something, you have to fix something. The nature, this sensory activity is not, each one is an independent frame. There is no linking up, so the events are also independent. And so there is no story of your life. So I can't say what it was like before wash and after wash. That's a commercial for the surf, before wash and after wash. Can't say how it was like before. I can give you an idea. No such thing as reality.
In absolute terms, it doesn't exist.
No terms, let alone absolute terms. Even
Relative
the scientist,
Relative terms also it doesn't
now when
exist.
he is looking at a thing, he is not only his thoughts that are influencing the object of his study, but his very physical look is affecting him. Very physical look is affecting this. So you cannot talk of anything as real. No such, you have no way of experiencing the reality of anything, let alone the ultimate reality. Whatever you experience is through the help of the knowledge that is given to us. So I have to accept the reality of the world as it is imposed on me. Otherwise I cannot function in this world. Only for that purpose it is useful. But if you question the reality of that which you have taken for granted, you will be in trouble. You cannot function. Then we need the help of a psychiatrist there to put together. So there is no reality.
Words తో చెప్పకపోయినా
You
don't
What do you mean relatively? Why you use a simple word? Forget about the relatively. Huh?
Because if you say, let us say, Aham Brahmasmi, from somebody's point of view.
A madcap in
Yes, sir.
mental hospital says
From that point
I
of
am
view,
God.
you
What
change
will
not
be?
the existing separate
You
being.
accepted that, you see, Jesus when he said I am the son of a God. But this fellow also in a mental hospital says that I am God. How can you put sense into his head, you tell me? So what is the difference between this madcap and that madcap? Don't record this. Something nasty I will say about Jesus. I say that of Buddha also, not necessarily, except Muhammad. We'll be in trouble. What do you think, sir? What I say is not important.
Because I am unable to grasp actually. That's all.
But not what I am saying.
I always thought there is nothing called reality. This I wanted it from you.
In the classroom, we study epistemology, theory of knowledge, and discuss everlasting. The object is there, the thing is there, what the word is not there, what the hell it is. Huh? There must be a separation from what you call this object. Huh? There must be two. Huh? The separation comes only when you have the knowledge about this. It is this knowledge you have of this that separates you. So the problem is, you don't want to accept this simple mechanics. And you have to superimpose on that another reality. That is where the trouble is. This is the only reality. If you limit it to this, even here you get into trouble, let alone the other reality. So we forget about the ultimate reality, absolute reality and all that. The impossibility of experiencing the reality of the things, functional reality, why bother about the ultimate reality? You can give discourses on the ultimate reality. It's a different matter.
Even this is questionable.
This is questionable. No, but I say that this is a chair. If you ask me, I don't call this a table or a monkey or a donkey. For communication, I also say that this is, I don't know what is the color of this. This is hot. That is soft. It's a man, that's a woman, and that's all.
Only for convenience sake.
Yeah, but the next step is dangerous. If you say chair and wife, both are the same. This is one word and that is another word. Ready? No. Finish. The whole thing is finished. But what's that? It is just a word like chair.
Yes.
Finish. The whole thing is finished for you. Now you just don't say that it's not in your interest. You will be in trouble. So we can talk, discuss.
So
Society says.
No, so in creation, it's not human.
I don't know. I don't have any special insight into the nature of things. I have no way of knowing anything. But good and bad is cultural. Society.
Created by society.
Sure, society says certain actions of yours are socially acceptable, certain other actions are not socially acceptable, that's all. And time comes when everything changes. When I got married, there was no question of divorce at that time. You could walk out on your wife and forget about it, renounce your wife. Easy to renounce a wife. But now it's a common thing these days. That is how the social conditions change, our ideas also change. So is there any such thing as absolute morality? The problem of morality has invented the absolute morality, absolute truth, absolute zero, no absolute. Even there in that area, it's arbitrary. 430 minus 430 or whatever it is, a king, and fix that as a foot, and then you see yard, mile, and so on and so on. All measurements. So the world is not unreal. It's ridiculous. Somebody came with a gun or a knife, puts it in the neck, give me your jewel. You can't say that's unreal. Either you part with your chain or get hurt. That's the, so you can't say that the world is unreal. Anything you experience of the world is unreal.